So this is a comment on the community post that I put up where the two women of color are, one is on a bus in a blue dress and the other one is wearing an orange dress and she's pulling a trash bin up her driveway. Both of those are actually videos and I just did a still of, each of them. So in each video, you have men in the background talking about the women. So let's start with the one with the blue dress. That woman was standing there minding her business, and if you look at the angle of the picture, you can see that these guys are seated. They're not standing up because they're all the way in the area where the seats are. They're not. If they were standing up, they wouldn't be able to take a picture of her and videotape her from that angle. So they're videotaping her from the seats while they celebrate her beauty. And she's standing there minding her business. Okay. The second picture, the lady in the orange dress, she's literally walking down the driveway in her dress. I watched the video because I was wondering where she was going. So I watched it. And she's walking and she grabs a garbage bin and about faces and proceeds to pull it back up the driveway while her husband is continuing to videotape her and somebody is standing with him and they're talking about his wife. So at the end of the video, she looks up and notices him. And then he's like he's caught because he didn't help her. So I was not saying that they were being tortured or that this was some kind of like abuse of people of a brown woman. I'm not saying that. I asked the question, is this how we're treated when you're a beautiful woman, a beautiful brown woman? So that's my question was in the beginning, what is wrong with these pictures? But nobody told me they saw anything wrong with it. So there's a lot wrong with them for me in my mind. But the reality is the men commenting didn't try to make their situation more comfortable. They just sat there and enjoyed this beautiful woman. And that's all I was getting at. They look at they're looking at these two women as if they're not experiencing life in the same way that this man is experiencing life. Do you understand what I'm getting at? The husband is not saying, darn it, my wife is wearing heels and a pretty dress. She might have just come out of the car and saw the bins at the front of the house and said, before I go inside, let me grab the bin. So I understand that why she might have just grabbed them. But there was her husband watching her, talking, recording her. Yeah, can you believe it? I mean, she's gorgeous like that. On and on. And then never once says, I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, she makes it look so easy, but it's uncomfortable to walk down a driveway in heels. And then it's uncomfortable and like you get the sun is glaring, it's hot, you start to sweat, she's grabbing the bin, and instead of him saying, I got it, don't worry about it, he records her. So when I say this, I'm realizing that you can get caught up in the beauty of these women and never see them as complete people and empathize. Instead of just looking at her and saying, oh, she's a beautiful woman, why not offer her your seat? That's my point. They're not making her life any easier than what it is while they celebrate her beauty. And I was just saying that, is this why Iyanla feels so comfortable and all the other people to tell us that we're not entitled to ask a man to have provider status in our marital relationship? Because they don't look at us in our entirety, in our totality as human beings with needs. We're just there as some kind of provider. We're the providers. We're the ones giving them something. We're the ones like they're staring. Oh wow, look at Ebony. She's got it all laid out in her life and she's worked for it. And Iyanla says, no, stand up. You stand and take care of this man. You be the provider for this man. All you need is somebody who's going to buy you a Valentine's Day card on Valentine's Day. Not looking at her as a total person with needs and feelings that needs some comfort. No, no, no. Let's celebrate her, but we're not going to make things any easier for her. That's where all of this is coming from. It may seem contrived for some of you, but maybe if you give yourself a little minute to think about it, you'll understand where I'm coming from. These women are not being tortured, but they also are not having their lives made easier while the man is celebrating her. It happens to us all the time. They see us in a one-dimensional manner. Oh, wow. Look at that body, for example. And they don't think about the fact that we're people, and what does she need to be who she is, to be a happy version of who she is. We don't care. We're just enjoying what we get out of her. And that's what I took away from these two videos. No one's stopping to say, darn, that bin is heavy. And you should have saw her face in the video when she realizes that he's watching her. She's slightly irritated and then puzzled. Because I think she's trying to see if was he recording me? But then he stops the recording, so we don't get to find out what actually happens between them. And that's where that's the way I see it. I don't see it as, oh, no, nobody was there. I know that people were there. I know the guy was the angle that he videotaped it. He's in a seat. Never thinking about her humanity. Iyanla never thought about Ebony's humanity, about the fact that she's worked so hard, and that maybe she wants a place to rest, which is going to be a man that's wealthier than she is. And Iyanla felt that that's too much for her to ask for, because Iyanla alluded by saying, some of you are asking for things that, what did she say, that you don't need, or that, that's not necessary for you, something along those lines. And that's what beautiful brown women go through. That's what curvaceous brown women go through. That's what hardworking careerist brown women go through. Yeah, I can celebrate what you have, but I'm not going to make your life any easier while I'm celebrating you, while I'm enjoying you. I don't think I need to make your life easier. And that's what I'm getting at. I'm not berating these women. I'm recognizing that our lives are, seldom do people try to make our lives easier no matter what we do. They don't think that it's necessary for us. They don't. And if you say that they do, you're entitled to your opinion. But I don't think they do. And to me, a man watching his wife drag a garbage bin in heels and a dress, and perhaps just came from work or wherever she came from, and doesn't see that she shouldn't be dragging the bin up the driveway, to me is problematic.